Hi, I'm Rebecca, a senior lecturer at Solent University's Law School, and this incredible space is our brand new courtroom. Now, every year we read some really good personal statements from students hoping to join us here and take advantage of our wonderful facilities and everything else the law school has to offer. But we also received some not so good ones, so we thought we might give you some useful pointers on what we're looking for in those personal statements. And the first one is a strong start. We want you to grab our attention right from the beginning and sell us you. Remember, your personal statement is your one opportunity to stand out from the crowd and tell us who you are. So in that first paragraph, get those big positive adjectives out there. The ones that give us a glimpse into your personality and tell us you want me, no, you need me at Solent Law School. So tell us that you're driven, determined, motivated, committed, passionate, resolute, dedicated, and so on. Which brings us to a second tip, which is why law? Of all the courses you could choose to do, why this one? So this is where you tell us what led you to law. Did you listen to a podcast, watch a TV series, a documentary, perhaps a film which sparked your interest? Did you do some research and identify law as an ideal course and future career for you? Or did you speak to or shadow someone already in the profession? Perhaps you joined them in a court visit, which inspired you to follow in their footsteps? Perhaps your inspiration was a social issue which made you think that studying law might help you better understand the issues, perhaps even help you become part of the solution in the future. For example, we've seen some personal statements where applicants have pointed to social justice issues such as Black Lives Matter or environmental issues like climate change. Tell us about these. And the key here is to tell us not only what inspired you, but why it inspired you. Did it give you an insight into some qualities, some skills and competences you believe you have, or that you would like to hone or emulate? Now, the third tip is what I like to call the right stuff. Are you right for the LLB course? Because a law degree is a rigorous, demanding, but ultimately rewarding course, and we want to be sure, and you want to be sure, that you're suited to it. So what qualities, skills, and competences can you evidence for this? And evidence here is key. We're looking for things that demonstrate your determination, resilience, initiative, self-motivation, problem-solving, organizational, leadership, interpersonal skills, teamwork, client handling, communication, analytical, research skills, creative thinking, commercial awareness, and so on. And there are two ways you want to think about demonstrating or evidencing that you've got the right stuff for the LLB. Firstly, what aspects of your college experience can you highlight as evidence of your suitability for a law degree? So tell us about the great things you've achieved during your time in college. Exciting projects you've done, group work you've been involved in, perhaps you've won awards or come top in a particular assessment. And remember, it doesn't matter if you haven't done a law course in college. We've had students join us from psychology, biology, business studies, English, maths, music, politics, and so on. The key here is to show how these college activities demonstrate or evidence your determination, your problem solving, teamwork, research, analytical, and some of those skills and competences I mentioned a minute ago, and how these would be useful in a law degree. And secondly, you can demonstrate you've got the right stuff by highlighting the aspects of your activities and experiences outside of your college experience, which evidence your suitability for a law degree. So here we're looking at the kind of activities that demonstrate the skills and competences you've built up. Again, like client handling, communication skills, commercial awareness, some of that good stuff that I mentioned earlier. And it can be from part-time jobs you've done, from shadowing a professional, from volunteering, from sports activities, and so on. And for your generation of applicants especially, it's becoming increasingly important to demonstrate what activities you've engaged in during the pandemic to keep up your skills or even develop new ones. Now, this is a very challenging period, and the things that you may have done during it to help illustrate some of those qualities we value in the law course, such as determination, resilience, initiative, self-motivation, and so on, are very useful. Some of you may have volunteered locally to support the range of pandemic-related activities that have cropped up during this period. If so, tell us about it. For some of you, the absence of outdoor activities was an opportunity to enroll for some online or virtual events like webinars, or follow legal websites, blogs, or podcasts like Legal Cheek, Law in Action from BBC Radio 4, the UK Supreme Court blog, and so on. And once again, mention why you think the skills and competences you've developed from these virtual events are useful for a law degree. And the final tip is a big finish. So round off your statement and make us want to roll out that red carpet for you and sign you up on the spot. And that means we're looking for a strong, positive concluding statement. And don't forget, presentation is everything. Remember that the care with which you present your personal statement, your grammar, your paragraphing, and so on, does tell us something about you. So that's it for our pointers on what we're looking for in personal statements. I hope you found it useful. Now, if you're considering studying law, please do think about studying it here with us and making use of this fantastic space. I certainly look forward to reading your personal statements.